In 2006, a show called Rob and Big hit MTV.
My baby don't mess around because she loves me so, and this I know for sure.
As a kid, I remember seeing the show with Rob Dyrdek, who was a professional skateboarder. His security guard, Big Black, and his cousin, Drama.
It's the dumper, it's the dumper, it's the dumper, it's the dumper.
These guys did whatever the hell they wanted. They traveled all over the place. They did pranks on each other, and they just had a ton of fun.
Where you going? Poland! Where you going? How dare you dump on my house? I need you to dump here!
3 years later, in 2009, they launched a show called The Fantasy Factory.
Here we go. Ain't nothing to it but to shoot it.
Get down, get down, get down. Cruising your crown and your face looks sound. Young man and he's showing you around. Trying to get a wish, girl, I'm playing you a pound. Get down, get down, get down. Cruising your crown and your face looks sound. Young man and he's showing you around.
This show really blew my mind. This was the first time I ever saw people living a wild lifestyle and making a bunch of money, being able to do whatever the heck they want. And I remember as a kid, it really stood out to me, and I decided that that was exactly what I wanted to do. I had no idea how I was going to do it. I had no idea how Rob did it, but I said, that is what I'm going to do. I'll tell my college story later, but after graduating college, I ended up working with a guy named Bob Proctor.
Remember, I said, just start doing what you already know you should do. Well, why don't people do what they know they should do? The paradigm's stopping them.
Which is also another story that I'll tell later. But that allowed me to make a bunch of money and travel the world. So I went all over Europe. I went to Asia. I went to Hawaii. And I finally decided to settle down in Los Angeles. So I got an Airbnb about 5 minutes from LAX. I knew nobody, and I randomly got invited to a video shoot that Jake Paul was at. I had no idea who Jake Paul was, but I decided to just go do it because I wanted to make some connections. So I went. I didn't charge anybody anything to film, and Jake and I actually really hit it off. And so he invited me to be a videographer for this new company he was starting called Team 10. I ended up being Jake's videographer for about a year, and I moved to Hollywood, and he introduced me to his brother Logan. He said, yo, my brother, he needs a videographer. His videographer just left to build his own brand. Yeah, you guys should meet. I remember talking to Logan, and him and I really hit it off, and he decided to let me be his videographer for a week to test things out and see if we connected. So we went to Vegas. Logan married a couple.
I now pronounce you husband and wife. You may kiss the bride.
We raced cars around a track. And after that, we flew to the Sundance Film Festival.
I'm ready to go, and when I say we, I mean we've added another member to the trip. Y'all remember Spencer? What's up, dude? Chilling, bro. Any shot you see that is beautiful, artistic, amazing, looks like a movie, this guy right here.
Sundance got slammed with snow, and so we pulled up to this mansion, this like 3-level, had a glass elevator. You could literally ski onto the resort right from the house. This place was epic. And I remember meeting Mike. He was super loud. He's like exactly the same human being as he is right now. This dude made me laugh so much. I remember we filmed this video where Logan jumped off the balcony onto a bunch of love sacks, and all these corporate love sack people were around, and Mike was like swearing. He was talking about like hooking up with chicks, and I remember I was like, how does this guy have a job? Like, this doesn't make any sense. So I got to talk to Mike's team, and I just kind of wanted to see like who Mike was, and they were like, yeah, he's rough around the edges, but he's really good at what he does, and he's super talented.
He's here! Yeah!
Sundance was insane. I had so much fun, and afterwards, Mike flew back to Connecticut. We both flew back to Los Angeles, and I got busy filming for my documentary, so I ended up not being able to be Logan's videographer at the time, and that's when Logan met Brendan North. I remember watching them create these vlogs, and the channel was crushing it. It was getting like 1 million followers every time I checked back. I remember thinking to myself, like, damn, did I make the right decision? Like, I feel like maybe I should have been his videographer. And, you know, I never beat myself up about it, but I remember thinking, like, damn, I might have made the wrong decision. At the end of the year, I remember seeing Logan post the Japan forest video. And when I watched the video, because I watched so much of his videos and I knew Logan personally, I didn't take offense to the video. I didn't really know anything about suicide. And so I actually learned quite a bit. And I remember reading the comments and seeing the likes. Like, there wasn't any hate on the video when he first launched it. People were actually really loving the video. People were giving it a bunch of really good feedback saying, yo, thank you for posting this video. This really helped me with my anxiety and my depression. And then the next day I hopped on, the video was deleted, and I saw every single news network ripping Logan apart. So I decided to reach out to Logan and just check in and make sure he's okay. And I remember telling Logan, I was like, hey man, if you need anything, I'm here for you, bro. Like, you know, don't listen to what these people are saying, just stay positive. And a couple days went by and Logan gave me a call and he said, hey man, I want to create a documentary about suicide awareness and put it out to the world so we can really help use this bad situation to shed a positive light on suicide awareness. So I ended up flying out to Los Angeles and I helped Logan produce a film called Be Here Tomorrow.
I'm standing at the ledge, leaning over the rail with tears flowing down to the waters. And I thought to myself, absolutely nobody cares. And then the voice in my head said, jump now, and I did.
It's crazy because this is now the #1 viewed PSA about suicide awareness ever created on a digital platform. So although Logan got ripped apart by the media and by a bunch of people, I remember just seeing the good and the impact that we were able to create because of this. I could tell Logan wanted to change as a human being, and he ended up having to part ways with a bunch of people on his team, and randomly the position to be Logan's videographer opened up again. And although I knew this was going to be a long road of recovery for Logan, I knew, you know, he was going to have to kind of just embrace the hate and keep going forward. I decided to be a part of the team and offer any help I could and try to be a positive influence on Logan.
How are you, bro? What's up? You guys know Spencer Taylor, aka one of the most savage savages in the world. Welcome. You gotta get your stuff, move in, and we'll make it official. Evan! You hear that?
So that was really how the brotherhood of Mike, Logan, and myself was created, is through this shitstorm of hate. You know, just people doubting Logan and wanting to see him fail and wanting to see his platform crumble. Even though there was a lot of negativity from the public and pressure, 2018 was still one of the most insane years of our lives.
Goddamn chiropractic session. Oh,
We're still doing it. Let's go, baby. Awesome, Spencer.
So after I moved in and Mike moved in, I remember Logan built a podcast studio in his garage, and it was called Impulsive. And really quickly, Impulsive became the #1 podcast in the world. Let's be honest.
Hillary, I want you, Hillary. I want your milk.
Shut the f*** up, Clyde!
Josh. Thank you very much. Don't tell me, pal, okay?
Oh,
Eat the fattest in the history of the world, you moron.
Steve-O has created a mangina. No, you give me a bunch.
I don't want it.
Right, Garcia, all hearts left. He's right. All right.
I've sucked my Uber driver off. Like, oh,
Oh, wow.
Honestly, we had like no idea what the hell we were doing. But just the dynamic of our friendship and all the stuff that we had been through. And, you know, Mike is hilarious. I'm more mindful. Like, the show really quickly started to get a lot of positive feedback. It was like this ball of energy started to roll in the direction of winning back the people that really fell off back in 2018.
The brain can't physically be in gratitude and stress at the same time. The brain can't be physically in gratitude and anxiety at the same time. Try go a day without complaining.
Like, so we want to have a goal that's like, this is my overall mission, to be the biggest entertainer in the world. Now, what most people don't do is they don't have something underneath it, a foundation that says why.
You guys were kind of referencing earlier, like you want to position Yes Theory as a part of humanity's future and be able to communicate.
The present doesn't exist. The past definitely doesn't exist. I'm living in here. I'm living at the finish line constantly. So when somebody tells me no, like the publisher tells me no, you think I'm worried about that? I already know what the future is. I don't care that you said no. I said it's already done. Time hasn't caught up yet.
I tried to take my life. It will never happen again. If anybody tells you Kevin Hines died by suicide, you open an all-out investigation. It was a murder.
To be honest, the show has completely changed my life. Like, I'm so grateful that Logan decided to bet on me. So yo, I'm gonna end it there. I want you guys to know that if you stay positive and focus on what you want, maybe one day you'll be able to meet your Logan and Mike and be able to have the #1 podcast in the world. So thank you guys. I love you. I appreciate you. Leave a comment if you like this video, and I'll be making a lot more. So stay tuned.